35 different industries, expert from each industry, talking about the challenges, the hardship, and the opportunities. Well, today we're talking gems, we're talking jewelry, and who better than an expert gemologist, Danny Shaftel. Thank you for joining us today.
Hey, Gabriel, it's a pleasure. I've been looking forward to this, and I'm excited to sit here, answer questions, and talk about what I love the most, aside from my family.
Excellent. Great having you. And of course, there's a lot of questions in the air. We've got a great lineup. We've got do's and don'ts, actually more don'ts, one not to do in social media. Then we've got the how to listen to your pet and find that balance and feeding America. So we're going to be live 9:35. We're going to be live again today. Join us. Follow the conversation. Text Expert35 to the number of the screen. And if you want to follow Danny, following him on Instagram and understand more about jewelry and the bling bling, text Expert18 to follow Danny Shaftel. Danny, family-owned business. You're an expert gemologist. Family is in the business. Tell us a little bit about how that all came about.
So, I grew up around this business, right? My father has been a wholesaler since 1978. And before that, he was a gold chain manufacturer. And the business has seen plenty of evolutions throughout that time. And the long backstory, but fast forward to when I joined, it was a period where I had just graduated college, and my father gave me an offer that I couldn't refuse, which was just a job. Looking
Right.
back, he got a bargain, and so here I was, moved back to Houston, and at that point, because he was mostly wholesale, he had some private clientele, but we opened a showroom and just grew organically, right? And it was just this journey where he and I and one kind of part-time bookkeeper joined in, and little by little, it was just true word of mouth referrals, no advertising,
Relationships,
nothing.
right?
Yeah, relationships, and that's what this business and most small businesses are about. And it's since then we've grown. We've got more employees, we've got more jewelers, we've got more clients, and it has just become more and more fun. So that's the short of it.
Right. Well, and that's exactly what's happening right now. All of a sudden, you've grown, you have all these relationships. Well, what businesses in the jewelry industry are in jeopardy, are currently in jeopardy because of this current situation?
So what I've seen, just observing the general market and talking to some of my friends who own bigger stores or who are executives in bigger kind of chain retail stores, they're the ones that are really hurting, right? We're all hurting. This has affected every one of us in different ways. But I feel like the businesses, the jewelry stores specifically, that are smaller and debt free and more nimble, who can get out there and take risks and try new things and be innovative, those are the businesses that will thrive, and it's thankfully we're in a good position, and we're able to do different things, explore different avenues online, and just try different designs, try different things on Instagram, and it's been tough, but it's been humbling, but it's been okay. And thankfully we haven't seen as big of a gut punch as some of the other bigger chain stores.
And so what I'm hearing is it's really the relationships that are carrying you through because you can still talk to them. So let's talk a little bit about those opportunities. Like you've been able to do some currently. Tell us about what has happened during the lockdown. What has happened in terms of, I'm sure there's still love. There's still people buying jewelry, right?
Right. Yep. The first couple of weeks when the stay-home order started, I had the company phone forwarded to the company business phone, and really the first couple of weeks were kind of scary, and everybody just kind of pulled back and didn't know what to do, how to act, and how to react. And we definitely had some customers put engagement ring orders on hold, but after that, people started calling and saying, "Hey, you know what? I need to get an engagement ring, and I've been waiting, and I wanted to come in, but this whole world just kind of hit the pause button. But I really just want to. I love this girl. I want to get her something special. I'm planning on proposing, and I'm going to do it soon. We're stuck here together. We're going to be stuck here together for a while." And we had a lot of that, and not only engagement rings, but anniversary gifts, birthday presents, and it's been interesting, and because we have this personal relationship, a lot of those customers either are repeat customers, friends, and a ton of referral clients. Again, we don't do a heck of a lot of formal advertising. We do some, and some online advertising, and really trying to grow our Instagram page. But I've taken this time to grow those things, to really spend time reaching out and grow those platforms, and people still love each other, and they're still,
Absolutely. Well, let me throw that. I'm going to throw that picture of you did a custom piece, right? Is this what was this? The custom piece blew up your Instagram.
oh yeah.
Right? Tell me a little
Yep.
bit about that piece.
So that particular piece is just this beautiful, classic, obviously huge ring. And this was for one of our longtime clients who became a good friend and has upgraded her ring. And she, actually, he bought the ring before this whole stay home order happened. And right before we left the office, we worked on design and started the actual design and manufacturing process throughout the time that we were staying at home. And people just love the story. Not only is it just a knockout, eye-catching, gorgeous ring, but the whole story of how this customer came in through a referral. We, has been a customer for years. We became friends. When they come in, it's huggy, huggy, kissy, kissy. That will have to wait, but it was just a great story, and we were able to just deliver this beautiful ring, and it was just such an emotional process, and she was thrilled. She just needed this pick me up, and as soon as I posted this online, it just exploded. This was our single most popular post on Instagram or anywhere online, and it got picked up by a few other sources, and got thousands of likes and a bunch of shares and a million
Right.
comments and messages. So it was a great ring and an even better story.
Well, and I think a lot of people are worried about, oh, custom sounds expensive, but really the relationship is what makes this happen. I got a great question coming in from Jennifer Johnson. It's like, what are the warning signs to be aware of getting jewelry appraised or selling it?
So an appraisal is one of those things. A lot of times, so there are two types of people that come in to get an appraisal, right? So one person will come in and tell us, I want to get my ring appraised. And I always ask them, okay, well, do you want it appraised for insurance, or do you want to, or are you considering selling it? And those are two separate things, because one thing that people always, and this is one of our most common questions, right? It's, well, my ring was appraised for $10,000. Is that what I can get for it? Well, no, two different things. That's a retail replacement value, right? So it might have cost the jeweler $2,500 to make. The jeweler then turned around and sold it for $5,000, and then either he or she or the appraiser went in the back and did an appraisal for $10,000, which is the retail replacement value, right? So that's one of those questions that can be, or one of those words that can be confusing. Appraisal.
Right.
It can be a very arbitrary number. So you want to, when you're trying to get a value of your jewelry, value can either be, again, retail or true intrinsic market value. And that's something that through our buying division, diamondbuyers.com, we help walk people through that process. We look at the item, we determine the intrinsic value, the actual market value for the piece, and we can either make an offer accordingly or just give them some advice. Here's what I think is the best option for you. Either keep the ring, try to sell it to an individual who loves the ring, which is hard for people to do. I mean, where can you find somebody looking for a very specific piece of jewelry? Or we can make you an offer to buy it, right? Or just hang on to it and get it insured with that appraisal and wait for a different time.
Right. And so that kind of goes into that same transition. It's like, can we trust all these online stores or online jewelry? How can we really build trust around it?
It's all about, and going back to my previous point, it's all about relationships. Yes, there are reputable online jewelers, and Blue Nile, for example, is probably, not probably, is the biggest online retail jewelry store. And they're good, right? They're reputable. The price and service will be fair, but you're not going to pick up the phone and call the CEO of Blue Nile and talk about getting your ring sized or getting an upgrade, and you can't work on the price with them. You can't, first of all, look at the pieces side by side and say, okay, well, I know this is a 1 carat G color SI1 clarity. Why is it so much cheaper than this 1 carat G Color SI1 Clarity. Same report, same, basic facts. Why is one prettier than the other? Should I just buy the cheaper one? Well, those are the things that you can't see and compare when you're shopping online. So when you come to a small business, somebody who knows what they're doing and can walk you through the process and look at these things side by side, it's better for the customer. So if you have that opportunity, I would say go local, right? I mean, not only you're supporting local family businesses, but you get better service and better recourse and just a better all around experience.
Well, and now the questions are blowing up, right? What should we buy and what should we sell? What's the economy looking like?
All right, so you got two different things working, right? You've got people who are considering buying jewelry. Is it a good time to buy jewelry? It is, right? And if you find a good local jewelry store, we're all looking to generate new business. We're all looking to make customers, right? And we all have inventory that we'd like to move. So yeah, it's a great time to buy jewelry or diamonds, whatever it is. I mean, it's we're all just looking to, with the smart business owners, let's say, are looking to just generate interest and just generate business. On the other hand, if you're looking to sell jewelry, it's also a good time. Gold is at record highs. I mean, it's approaching record highs, let's say. And it's, if there are plenty of opportunities in the market. Real estate is probably looking real good in certain areas. Mortgage rates are low. If you have some jewelry sitting aside and it's just sitting there doing nothing, free up some cash, buy some investments, invest in things that you maybe won't have another opportunity to invest in a strong market. Actually, funny thing here, bought a couple of watches the other day, a couple of Rolexes from somebody who is...
Here, put those up a little higher. Put them up again because
right,
I was blocking them. There they are.
There you go. So, classic Submariner, Datejust 2, beautiful, like new watches. And the guy didn't want to part with them. I said, so hang on to them. If you don't need the money, what do you... He says, look, man, I've got 3 kids. I've got a wife. We're stuck at home. There's no school. I need a pool. Okay. And funny enough, that happened 2 times in the past 3 weeks. People said, you know what? I'm just sitting at home. I don't feel like financing the pool, but we need a pool.
Right.
We need some entertainment. So, people are selling for different reasons. Not necessarily that they're desperate for the money, but, there are other things that you could probably do with that.
Great advice on that, Nak. Here's one other interesting question. Has the diamond supply been disrupted at all because of the shutdown?
Yeah, actually. So it's not like oil where they're still pumping it out of the ground and just don't have any place to put it. Actually, diamonds are... production has basically stopped, right? So it's not like there's going to be this glut of inventory when things open back up. I think there are going to be certain things in short supply. The stuff, the lower end stuff that's always abundant, that's always there. That will be available. That will get cheaper. But the nice things that don't come out of the ground often, there's not going to be a lot of it out there. So right now, I think the diamond market will be soft because people have all this inventory. But as soon as that kind of washes through the market, the diamond supply has been disrupted because people simply are not pulling it out of the ground right now.
And this is a really timely question too. What's something that just doesn't go out of style and stands the test of time?
The classic designs. If you're looking to, Rolex, right? Rolex has been one of the strongest things. We sell a lot of pre-owned Rolex. We're not an authorized dealer, but we do sell a lot of that, and that's been one of the bright spots in this economy. But classic styles, a nice piece that's maybe if you're getting an engagement ring, just concentrate on getting a nice center stone instead of getting and put your money there. Whether it's a diamond or a nice sapphire, make sure, of course, you buy it well, you go to the right place. But I would say instead of investing in a crazy design, start with the center stone and then build something classic. And from there, if there's an anniversary coming up and you want to dress up the ring and keep the center stone and put some design around it, you always have that option, right? But I think just the classics, diamond studs, solitaire rings, simple pendants, concentrating on the center stones. I'm a little bit biased. I love gems.
Sure.
But that would be my advice. Concentrate on the center, and from there you can kind of build it out.
No, and I want to show that, obviously you do appraisers, you help people. There's estate sales. There's ways to, you help people liquidate sometimes, but you also help people invest. But you had a really rare estate find. I'm gonna have to put that on the screen because that was just super classy. Let me see if I find it. There it is.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, and that picture is beautiful. It doesn't really do it justice, but those emeralds. So this was a piece that I bought from somebody who inherited that from the Philippines. This was a handmade piece, probably made in the early 1950s. It looks like it was never worn, but the materials, these emeralds are extraordinarily rare. They're Colombian emeralds. They have no treatment whatsoever. They actually do look like that picture. They're clear, they're bright, they're rich colors. And the fact that there is no oil and that they are from Colombia, that those two things, oil is a very common treatment. We can have a whole segment about that, but briefly, most emeralds have some degree of oil. These have none, and that quality makes them extraordinarily rare and perfectly matched. Just one of those special pieces that come along. And value wise, it's about $180,000. So that was one of those things that came across our desk, and because we know these unique, rare gemstones and unique items better than most stores in town, we've built that reputation, and people come to us because they know that we have the knowledge and can buy them at a fair price.
Amazing. All right, my favorite part of the show: 3 things to do right now. Go for it.
So aside from jewelry, just find something to be grateful for every day. And I probably haven't been as good about that as I could have been in the past. But looking around, the world's going crazy. See the things that you do have and try to remind yourself of the good things in your life. Right now, in terms of jewelry, if you are looking to buy jewelry, again, now's a good time. So figure out what you like, or what you think she would like, or maybe you want to buy him a watch, or just get something for yourself. It's a great time to buy jewelry, and again, if you're looking to sell jewelry, consider your options. If that money can be put to better use, if you've got some things that have been sitting around for years, bring them out, bring them by, and we'll take a look. There's no obligation. But look at some opportunities to invest elsewhere, possibly, in different areas of the market. There's some great opportunities out there, and just take a look at what you got, and we're happy to answer any questions. Give us a call anytime. We don't charge for it. We love talking to people, and we're here. We're not going anywhere.
Right, and there was definitely some questions. They're like, how much do consultations cost, right, and how to set that up.
Right.
We're gonna let you go on the notes and just answer the questions. You've
Sure.
got 2 ladies already fighting over the ring and who's gonna get it, and so you are in high demand right now, Danny Shaftel. Again, our expert 18, so timely. Thank you for kind of giving us a rundown. I love to hear that people are still getting engaged, that people are still giving gifts, and the fact that all these local stores, right? So, look in your community, look at somebody that has been there for a while, especially somebody like Danny that's a family-owned business. They put their reputation behind every design, and you can tell. You just tell just the way you just share your experiences and your excitement for this. So thank you so much for being on the show, Danny.
Thank you, Gabriel. I appreciate it. It was fun.
No problem. All right, Danny, we'll let you go. You got a lot of things to write. You got a lot of people you got to answer questions to. People want to know how to clean. Should they take their watches off when they're washing their hands because of COVID? There's a lot of the questions we didn't even have time for. So we'll let you go on the notes. All right. Thanks, Danny.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right, guys, we've got a great lineup coming up. We've got don'ts on social media. We also have how to listen to your pet and find balance, and how to feed America. I'm going to leave this beautiful picture up, and also Shaftel Diamonds design and information, so you can follow him on Instagram. It's a great family-owned business, great experts. They know what they're doing. And again, if you need to follow them, text Expert18, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you guys for joining us.
We educate during difficult times. We collaborate at Expert35. This is for a better tomorrow and a better today. Let's come together and together we will find a way. You got questions, we got solutions. You got problems, we got resolutions. Visit expert35.com. No need to worry, just remain calm.